Okay. It is crypto faceless. I remain faceless. I remain nameless, guys. Back at it again. Go ahead, give me a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't subscribed on the channel. I don't know what you waiting on. We just hit 1,000 subs on the channel. You guys are my day ones, man. Day one guys, man. We're not stopping at 1K. We're going all the way till we get to 100,000 subs on the channel. This is just the beginning, and I really appreciate the crypto faceless family, for going on this journey with me since the beginning. We started the channel, when BTC was about like 20K, 20 something K. We were fighting the FUD, combating the bears, and now look, we were as high as 73K, yesterday. We did have a dump today. We'll speak about that. But yeah, man, you know, pretty much, I'm saying, the portfolio's up several X's, not only because we were picking the right plays, but also because we weren't afraid to get in at the right time. Right, we weren't afraid to fully get into the market back in I believe October is when I started the channel. October of last year, when everybody was being bearish. We were deploying capital, getting into these plays, and it's paying off, right? But guess what? We're still pre-having, guys. We're still pre-having. That's the key, man. We're still pre-having, man. Ain't nothing started yet. Nothing has started yet. So today's video is going to be about Hex on X1. I'm gonna be speaking about why that's bullish. It's hilarious and bullish at the same time, right? We'll get into that today, but first let's get into the wider market because we got a lot going on. We got BTC dumpage action happening right now as we speak. So at first, it looked like the technical setup was actually bullish. Let me explain. So we broke out. Obviously, last week we broke out of the all-time high, past 69K. We got up to about 73K, and we were sitting in that range, 72, 73 for a couple of days, and then just yesterday we broke down back to 69K. And I was thinking, no, this is kind of a bullish setup. If you know anything about technical analysis, it looks like it was going to be an RS flip, right? Turning resistance into support. You break out of a resistance range, you go up higher, then you come back down to retest that resistance and turn it into support. It's called an RS flip, right? So that's a very bullish sign, right? So what happened was we went back down to 69K and then we shot up straight to 71. And when I was looking, I was like, oh, we just shot right back up. That means we turned into support, RS flip. That's very, very bullish, right? Little did I know, a few hours later, we dumped right back down. The volatility is crazy, man. I'm telling you, especially when the bull run comes around, like it's around. The bull run is officially around, but the volatility that comes with a bull market is crazy. Especially if you're playing with leverage, you're gonna get wrecked, right? So we shot back down not only to 69K, but below the previous all-time high, and right now we're sitting at 67 something the last time that I checked, right? Which is not a good sign. Which is not a good sign. But we do want to wait until we have a weekly close, right? When it comes to technical analysis, you're looking for the higher time frames. You're not looking for, the daily closes, but the weekly closes and the monthly closes, right? Better for determining what's going to be happening in the market. So let's wait for the weekly time frame to close. It's Friday today. We got about 2 more days. We'll see how the week closes. If the week can close above the old all-time high of 69K, we're good. If we close the week under 69K, not a good sign. Not a good. I'll just say that, not a good sign. It seems like we could be getting the pre-halving dump that we were speaking about, previously a couple weeks ago. Every cycle we do have a pre-halving retracement, and it's very common, so it's not out of the ordinary that we do have one. And we did have a crazy run up just a few weeks ago, guys. We're at 50K, man. We're at 50K a few weeks ago, shot up to 73K, right? So to have a pullback right now is not, something strange, or, it's actually something that's normal, right? Right before the halving, we usually have a pre-halving retracement. So if we're having that, cool. It's not the end of the world. Don't worry. All right. We did accelerate very, very fast, but we'll see. Let's wait for the weekly close. Ethereum did get hit as well. We went back down to 3,600 ish. We were at 4K, and we're watching Ethereum like a hawk because that's going to be the leading indicator to tell us whether we're going to have the the alt season coming our way, right? Anyway, let's get into today's video, man. Hex on X1. Crazy, 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 crazy. Actually hilarious, but genius at the same time. And I'm going to explain. So basically, if you haven't heard, if you're holding Hex, whether liquid Hex, whether Hex on Ethereum or Pulse Chain, whether liquid or staked, you're going to be getting Hex on X1. It's going to be called X Hex, right? Let me give you guys some background information. If you're not familiar with Hex, or I know not everybody on my channel is familiar with Hex, but all right. So Hex is obviously a Richard Hart coin. Okay, Richard Hart decided to fork the Ethereum blockchain a while ago, right? He came out with Pulse Chain, which is a fork of Ethereum, right? You guys know I'm big on Pulse Chain. I made videos on Pulse Chain and Pulse X on my channel. I am a bag holder of both of them, although I don't hold Hex, right? So anyway, I like Pulse Chain. All right. Anyway, so now if you have, so once they made Pulse Chain, there became two hexes: the Ethereum hex and the Pulse Chain hex, also known as E hex and P hex, right? So early on, Richard Hart actually tried to kind of hint towards the community that the real hex is going to be the hex on Pulse Chain. He tried to do that during his live streams a long time ago. I guess people didn't get the hint, but he did kind of make a compilation of all the clips that from the live streams that he posted it on his channel, showing that he was trying to hint a while back. That the real hex is actually P hex, but people didn't get the hint. So they began, after Pulse Chain came out, they continued to a lot of the hex community continued to promote and to support Ethereum hex, right? Because at the end of the day, people wanted both bags, right? They wanted their Ethereum hex and they wanted their Pulse Chain hex. They wanted them to both go up at the end of the day, right? Like everybody would like want both of them to go up, right? At the end of the day. But Richard Hart wants the real hex to be um, Pulse Chain hex, but as the average investor, they want both of them to go up. Honestly, they want to have their big payday on both chains, and at the top of the market, right? Uh, so people didn't get the hint. So Richard Hart decided to go the extra step, and I don't know if you remember, I made a video a few weeks back where he started to pump the Richard Hart ecosystem coins. Well, I won't say he did it, but whoever controls those sack wallets, all right, and maybe him, maybe not him, right? Right. Basically, he pumped Pulse Chain, Pulse X, and P Hex on Pulse Chain, but he did not pump Hex on Ethereum. That was your big sign right there, right? But people still did not get the hint. Like I said, people want two hexes, man. People don't want to get the hint, right? They want two hexes, right? So what happened was he was like, all right, you're not getting the hint, so he had to send the final blow. The final blow was he went on a Twitter storm or tweet storm, and basically flooded the heck out of EHEX, right? Flooded the heck out of EHEX, sent the price going down. I think the price went down 90 something percent same day or over the next subsequent few days. It went down a lot. The chart looked like a straight up rug pull, and leaving the community divided, man. Divided. Everybody's divided. Most of them are, or a lot of them, are basically feeling, upset about what unfolded because everybody wanted two hexes, man. People were planning their bull market around having two hexes. They're gonna sell both of them, at the top of the market. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, one of them goes to zero, or it didn't go to zero, but basically it went down a lot, and it's basically dead because people are moving towards PX. And that's when Jack Levin comes in. Jack Levin swoops in like the vampire that he is. Like Jack Levin is he's like King Vampire. Like people don't know Jack Levin. If you don't know the history, basically Jack Levin, he vampired the Hex community, basically the RH ecosystem back in the day. Came into it. Hexkin's really the ones who brought him in. He had conversations with Richard Hart on live stream. He built up he's a Google developer, so he built up a reputation in the community, and boom, he came out with his own coin, Xen. Vampire the network. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's called marketing. It's called a good strategy. Don't get it twisted. Richard Hart also vampired the network when he came out with Hex. Hex was given free to people who hold Bitcoin. right? So Hex, so Richard Hart vampired the Bitcoin network, right? You can say that as well. Same thing when he came out with Pulse Chain was a copy of or a fork of Ethereum. He literally would say, "We're stealing your ticker symbols. Every coin that was over there is going to be over here." Straight vampire the Ethereum network, right? Right, so you can't get mad at Jack Levin for vampiring the network. I mean, it's just called being a good founder, being smart, being able to, get eyes and ears on your project, on your coin, right? So anyway, that's what he did. He actually posted a Twitter poll, which was very interesting. He posted a Twitter poll asking the Zen community if they would like to help out the Hexicans, with something on X1. And the majority of the Zen community was like, yeah, sure. Zen community ain't haters, man. We're not haters, man. We're going to help out everybody. So what happened was he said, all right, cool. We can do that. Everybody. So there were these screenshots of Telegram conversations with Jack Levin talking about. I didn't want to actually mention it until it was official, so I waited until it was posted on Jack's Twitter. Then he officially posted it. He said he's coming out with Hex on X1. The ticker symbol is gonna be called X Hex. Anybody who has Hex on Pulse Chain or Ethereum, liquid or staked, is gonna get an X1 or it's gonna get a Hex allocation, right? And he also said that the logo is going to be the diamond Rolex or the rainbow colored Rolex that Richard Hart is famously known for wearing, which is hilarious, by the way. If you're into Rolex, if you're into watches, that's a very rare watch. Can't actually get your hands on that watch. It's really expensive. But yeah, so basically, it's hilarious because he made it the logo. He made the rainbow colored Rolex the logo. It basically means that's going to be Hex is going to be a meme. Hex on X1 is going to be the first meme on X1, right? That's actually going to be hilarious. But here's the thing: why is it genius to bring Hex? Number one, whenever you're building a blockchain, you need to have an initial community, right? And for X1, the initial community is already going to be the Zen community, right? That's going to be the initial community. The next, initial community is going to be X1. It's going to be, sorry, the Hexicans. The Hexicans, right? The Hexicans got free money on X1. You think they're not going to come? You think they're not going to come for free money on X1? Of course they are. Okay, that's what you do. Think Pulse Chain. What did Pulse Chain do? Pulse Chain came out with all of the PRC20s. You get free copies on the other side. Um, you know, uh, and if they're valuable, people will come and people will speculate. All right, I'll give you an example. Right, because I know some people are going to be like, oh, the Hexans are not going to come over to X1. They don't like Jack Levin. They don't like Zen. They don't like. All right, let me give you an example. All right, Pulse Chain has something called PDI. PDI is DAI stablecoin on Pulse Chain. It is not pegged to $1. It's actually way under a penny, right? People actually believe that PDI is someday going to get pegged back to $1. There's a whole community of people that are speculating on that, and they have literally bought PDI. I'm one of them, actually. I don't actually believe it's going to happen, but I bought some just in case, right? Why not, right? But yeah, there's literally a whole community of people who believe that PDI, that DAI on Pulse Chain, is going to peg back to $1, right? Speculation. So people will come if you give them value and they're able to speculate, right? So, all of the hexkins who are, dead set on having two hexes this bull market now only have one. Jack Levin has come to save the day. Jack Levin has come to save the day and to tell you, hey, look, you now have another hex. It is called X Hex. It's on X1. You can come here and speculate. And if you ask me, I think you'll probably do good because by making, like I said before, by making the logo that rainbow color, Richard Hart's watch, right? You're making the logo Richard Hart's most famous watch. You basically turn Hex on X1 into the first meme on X1, right? First mover advantage is real. And I'm telling you right now, I think Hex is going to be, I think it's going to do numbers. I think Hex on X1 is going to do numbers because of that meme effect. And first mover advantage, right? It's going to be the first meme. Already has an initial community, a strong community as well, a community that believe in delayed gratification. Like there's no other community that believes in delayed gratification more than Hex, more than the Hexicans, right? So it's gonna be crazy. I think Hex on X1 would do a lot of numbers, and also this actually shows me that X1 is pretty much done. X1 is pretty much all but done because if you're a founder, main developer, you're not talking about what coin you're going to come out with first on your blockchain if you're not done with the blockchain, right? So the blockchain is done. The fact that he's talking about coming out with the first coin on the blockchain, right, shows me the blockchain is already all but done. It makes sense time wise because we're very close to the halving in 30 days. So yeah, man, this is gonna be crazy. I think this is bullish. Not only to have more communities join the X1 blockchain, but also just for Hex as well. I think Hex as a meme on X1 is gonna do crazy numbers. Anyway, guys, listen. Shout out to my 1,000 subscribers. We're going to 100K, guys. It is crypto faceless. I remain faceless. I remain nameless, guys. Go ahead, give me a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out, guys.